Alright, we're back with Game 3. Grey Warwick versus Huddersfield White. And I have been getting some inside info on these two teams. It's actually quite a highly contested match. Huddersfield White just beat previously first place Birmingham. And also Huddersfield White were the team that won the summer tournament. So Huddersfield White definitely got a trophy belt on them, which is an odd thing to say about a low-level League of Legends team. But yeah, they're racking up a sort of trophy belt of beating some of the highest class teams, and they are looking like a team to beat. Meanwhile, Great Warwick have recently come from last year where they came 4th place, and then they switched up some members on their team. So it will be interesting to see if this roster swap has worked for them. I mean, it's obviously working so far. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this game. Clearly a very high-level game, so should be a lot of sweet plays, dank memes, and just general good play. So yeah, looking forward to that. We're going to hop into Champion Select now and see what each player is going to ban out, and if it's sort of on par with what we're looking for. Stuff like Jax, Tom Kench, Dr. Mundo we have seen banned before.
Yeah, Grey Warwick's top laner is focusing on tanky top laners. He has done for his career. So he sort of focuses on the Malphites and the Singed, and apparently now Dr. Mundo, and it's been banned out because currently Dr. Mundo is probably the top tier of all top super tank top laners. Right now he just can feel completely unkillable. I guess the other one would be Tom Kench, who is now also banned. So we could see an interesting tank top come out of Prince Philip here. Insect 2G is known for his carry top laners, such as Fiora, so it'll be an interesting top lane matchup to say the least. It'll probably be some kind of carry from Huddersfield versus some kind of tank thing, and we do have the teams the wrong way around. There we go. So it will be some kind of top lane carry from Huddersfield versus probably a top lane tank from Grey Warwick. Not necessarily, but that's what we're expecting to see here. Is that the Nunu ban for the first time?
That is a Nunu ban. Targeted?
That must be targeted. I have not seen a Nunu since preseason, and no one's even mentioned him. It must be a targeted ban against Nollet. Been playing him quite a bit. Soraka, pretty standard nowadays. Tom Kench, pretty standard. LeBlanc, very scared of Sharpie's mid lane carries. He very much likes to play an assassin role. We'll probably still see him pick some kind of assassin in the mid lane, even if he doesn't get LeBlanc. But he can always default back to Orianna. Every mid lane player at this level of play knows Orianna, and so there's always that chance that they'll just default back. Of course, we could also see that Lulu going mid. But yeah, Sharpie definitely prefers to play some sort of assassin, and LeBlanc banned away for that reason. See Thresh being hovered here. I think Alistair and Brom have been sort of preferred over Thresh, but Thresh still, no matter how the meta changes or what items get nerfed, Thresh will always be Thresh. He has some of the nicest CC in the game, and has that ability to completely ruin your fun by lanternning a teammate away. So Thresh is always a decent pick, and there's not many counter picks to him, so picking him early is okay. Morgana is probably what we'll see in retaliation to this Thresh, unless that Lulu is aimed at support and they don't want to change it up. Lulu versus Thresh support matchup is better for Thresh by a long way, because he provides much more CC in the lane, and can easily survive any harass that Lulu puts down in lane. So the Lulu ideally wouldn't be going support in this situation. You'd pick something like a Morgana to try and counteract this Thresh. The Orianna being picked up, as I said earlier, Orianna's a pretty standard mid lane, and she's almost always top tier. So every mid laner knows her. Whether you're an aggressive assassin player or whether you're a sort of team orientated support supporting mid laner. Every mid laner knows Orianna, and so she's always the safest pick. There's not much that completely punishes you for picking Orianna, so she's often picked very early in Champ Select, as we see here, completely blind. It could be an Orianna versus Lulu mid lane matchup, which can go one of two ways. They can either be really boring and both players use their spells very defensively because they both have shields, or I have also seen both mid laners sort of take Ignite in that matchup, and everyone just right clicks each other because they both have auto attack buffs. So they sort of go for a right click beat down, and both players get very low on health. I have seen both ways of that lane going. If we do see the Lulu in the mid lane, we'll almost certainly see the Orianna mid anyway. Kindred being picked up for the first time today. We saw her banned in game 1. She's definitely very, very strong. She requires getting a few stacks of her passive by going around and killing certain jungle camps. And if she doesn't manage to do that, her mid game is one of the worst of any jungler. She provides no CC really, and not all that much damage if she doesn't manage to get a bunch of passive stacks. On the other hand, she basically becomes a Vayne with a lot less farm, but with just as much damage if she does manage to stack up her passive. So she's got very snowbally mechanics. So it'll be interesting to see if iHascats, who I assume will be jungling this Kindred, of course, it could also be AD carry Kindred. I have seen a few pros have brought that out. It's less easy to get your passive stacks up, but on the other hand, you get more gold. AD carry Kindred can throw a lot of people off because if this Orianna, for example, goes for like an ultimate and like lands the wombo combo within a Jarvan ult, and Kindred just chucks her ult down, it negates it all. But we do see that Vayne pick up, so it's probably going to be a Kindred jungle. We will most likely see Vayne Nautilus bot lane with Lulu mid and Gnar top. And the Gnar top's a nice one because whatever Prince Philip picks here, again, we're expecting him to pick some kind of tanky top laner. Gnar is really good against them. And if he doesn't pick a tanky top laner, if he picks someone that tries to beat Gnar, it might be a fair bit out of his comfort zone. But Vayne Ezreal, two champions AD carries that were not banned last week. Why are we seeing so many Ezreals, do you think?
Ezreal, I think he's always been strong. He always has that ability to stack up. I think it's kind of universal that you grab the Triforce and also the tier and sort of work your way up to Manamune. But I think Triforce hasn't done a lot for him, but it has made him a little bit stronger. So it's nice to see him still being played with all these other AD carries, sort of coming around and being new on the block. He's just a really reliable AD carry. He doesn't need to be looked after as much, although we do have the Thresh if he does need that extra help. He's just an AD carry who can look after himself, I think.
So, I'm going to jump on theory train here. But Triforce had its AP removed and its crit chance increased. Oh, Jax made it through.
Here we are.
That's not a tanky top laner. That's a carry top.
That is the carry top. So,
wow, Prince Philip. That is a terrifying pick. We have seen so many Jaxes just run away with games, and he's been banned the last 2 games of today. So amazing that he made it to his very last pick, and that Gnar was picked over him. Very interesting. But yeah, jumping back on the Ezreal theory. So Triforce had its AP removed and its crit chance increased, which for me feels like very bad for Ezreal. He has decent AP scalings and doesn't often get many autos off to crit with. So I feel like crit chance is not as good as AP on him. So that change seems bad for him. And also games ending sooner seem bad for Ezreal because previously it took quite a few items and quite late game before Ezreal started just destroying in teams. I mean, he always reached this point, especially blue build Ezreal, but also just normal build Ezreal, where he would just kind of destroy your entire team, and he was so far away that you couldn't do much about it. And he was so mobile that even if you got on him, he could just jump away. But I feel like that stage of the game is too late for, realistically, any of the games we're going to see to go to. So it's, in theory, I feel like Ezreal got hit quite hard by preseason. Also, all the crit items being buffed and there being more crit item choices doesn't seem very good for an Ezreal, who very rarely builds crit.
Mm.
So
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
I would love to see a Raging Blade, Raging Gun build out of Ezreal, because I feel like you could go Rage Blade, Gunblade on Ezreal as his AD
Wishful thinking.
and his AP and AD scalings are so impressive. The Ezreal we saw earlier today did not. He went for Triforce into Muramana, which I guess is quite a nice 2-item spike. As we were talking about, most people seem to reach 2 items and that's it. So Ezreal, for the 2 items that he manages to reach, would probably be Triforce Muramana, which is quite a nice spike. I just feel like that's not as strong as Rageblade Gunblade. But if we did see that, it would be Jax Ezreal. They'd have 2 Raging Guns on their team, which is kind of abusing the meta, but you're allowed to abuse the meta. It's not against the rules. So we could see that out of Grey Warwick. On the flip side, Huddersfield White, they essentially have 2 Vaynes on their team. They have the original Vayne, and they have the new Vayne on the block. The one that requires sort of more effort and more mini games to try and get to that point, but doesn't require as much farm fed into her. But yeah, and they also have the triple hit percentage health from Gnar. So building health against this team is pretty useless, as Kindred, Vayne, and Gnar all deal percentage health on 3 hits.
Perhaps a really good reason to pick Jax then for Prince Philip.
Yes, because you can build damage and you get resistances, but you never get health, yeah. I'd say Warwick have gone for more of a wombo combo winning a team fight style. Whereas Huddersfield White have gone for more a really interesting comp, actually. It's sort of a protect the Vayne, but like they have 2 Vaynes, and it doesn't matter which one you kill because the other one is still doing percentage health damage to your team.
Got a backup Vayne.
Yeah.
In case the first Vayne doesn't work out.
Throw one Vayne to the wolves and let the other Vayne just survive with a Lulu shield and a Nautilus standing in front of him. Wait, no, it's always a her. Yeah. And yeah, so it's a really interesting comp from Huddersfield. I really hope it pays off for them because that is very, very new to me to pick Kindred and Vayne and then a Lulu. I would expect to see like a Janna with that rather than Nautilus. Nautilus is more considered to be like a dive it, go in than a peel kind of support, but they did just take down the number 1 seed, or the favoured number 1, so definitely not a team to underestimate right now. They'll be riding on the back of a high, and maybe not even Jax can stop it, but we'll see.
Oh, steady on. I think. Whoa. Okay.
Jax is both the unstoppable bullet and the immovable object.
Well, we have actually seen a Jax not do quite as well, haven't we? In one game, I can't quite remember. It was like the second game of last week, if I do remember correctly. And we were so busy riding off the hype of 7 Sins that it didn't quite get there. But anyway,
yeah.
Cool. So we have Grey Warwick versus Huddersfield White. The Huddersfield White corner, we've got Insec playing Gnar in the top lane. We have IHaz Cats, Kindred in the jungle, Sharpie X playing Lulu in the mid lane, KR1Z playing Vayne as an ADC role, Armor playing Nautilus quite fittingly in the support role. And on Team Grey Warwick, we have Prince Philip playing Jax in the top lane, Nollet playing Jarvan the Fourth in the jungle, and we've got the Head Crusher playing Orianna in the mid lane, Mr. Rogers playing Ezreal in the ADC role, and Dank Grabs 420, my personal favourite username, playing Thresh in the support role lane.
There are some amazing names in this game. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think Sharpie is replacing Shroud EU on Nottingham White this week. I certainly remember them running Shroud EU last time we streamed them, so interesting roster swap there. Maybe out of necessity, maybe out of want, but Yeah, we do see the minions just reaching each other in the mid lane. As I said, this mid lane, I've seen it go two ways. I've seen it being a complete farm fest where neither team do anything, neither laner do anything, and they both just shield themselves constantly. And I've also seen it be so aggressive where both people try and get all the autos off on each other, and both end up taking so much damage from it. It'll be interesting to see which way that lane plays. It completely depends on player style.
Absolutely. So we've got in the jungle. I think this is the first time this game we've seen the jungle start fairly normally. Well, nobody's sort of invaded the other one's jungle, and it's all sort of fairly standard. But you don't expect Kindred to be really aggressive. You kind of expect Jarvan to be the more aggressive jungler. So it's no sort of real fright that actually happened. So.
Yeah, and Kindred will probably be required to take a Scuttle Crab very early on due to her passive, and that's the point where Jarvan has to be very assertive, very dominant, and take that crab before she gets there, or while she's there, because he definitely wins the 1v1 fight.
Just seeing Jarvan go very, very low. He saw that Kindred has targeted the Raptors. I mean, he thought, oh, right, gotta kill that. Didn't quite have the strength to do it, unfortunately, and has to recall. But that's fine. Oh wait, no, he did do it. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, the icon stays on the map after the camp is dead. So
yeah, that's my fault. So he did get it, but he did have very, very small amount of health. You can see in the side there. So pretty lucky then. Well thought out.
Kindred's not been warded out here, but to get this kill at top lane, she'd have to either be super patient or dive the tower, and she decides against it.
No. Yeah, she thinks no. Yeah, Jack's not the best person to dive, I don't think. If it were a couple of other top laners, could be possible. But I don't think Na's the best at diving either. Especially not really this early, I guess.
Not before his passive, no. This bot lane is a hard one to analyse. Ezreal and Vayne both have weak early games. Like, at this very point in the game, they're both...
Here we have Kindred coming, sneaking up on Prince Philip, finding him off. Counter-Strike is going to shut that down pretty well. However, he does have to burn Flash here. Red buff slowing him down enough, and he just have to flash under turret to get away from him.
Yeah, it's also Kindred's easy slows.
Oh, and Chris does get locked up by the death sentence. He's going to get struck, and here comes Jarvan 4 to back up. Chris is going to have to flash here, surely, to get away. He's going to wrap all in here. He's going to pop heals to try and get away. Armory now in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to be enough? Exhaust is going to be traded for a flash there. Yeah, pretty eventful already in this game.
Yeah, it was a flash by Nautilus and a heal by Vayne, so that lane is very re-gankable at this point. Nice on Chris to save his flash. A lot of people would have panicked in that scenario.
Another death sentence going in. Mr. Rogers is surely going to be able to take advantage of this. That's first blood going down for Grey Warwick.
That definitely was a dank grab.
Yeah, the dankest of grabs. Living up to his username. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look for more of them.
And yeah, I mean, it's a maybe Ben Thresh against this guy. I haven't seen too much of it, but his namesake and the fact that he just got an amazing hook onto Chris. Support bans are never the nice thing to do, but if someone's named themselves essentially after a champion, then it's probably worth banning. Our jungler used to be called Void Rek'Sai, and Rek'Sai was banned 100% of the games, so...
It'd be brilliant if you don't actually play Rek'Sai. The mind games are real.
Should be called Dank Grabs and main Soraka, yeah.
So the mid lane, the only lane not seeing any action thus far. And CS is about kind of even there, so not really much to talk about.
Both laners going for the sort of shielding themselves kind of strategy.
Yeah.
Much more boring to watch, but probably the smarter idea because it can lead to less snowball.
So we're looking for more dank grabs here. Will we see any?
Lulu did reach 6 before Oriana here, and she is
Ooh, the dank grab comes from armor here instead. Mr. Rogers taking a little bit of damage down to half health. Oh, and dank grabs also going to take quite a lot of damage from that third proc. Aya's Cats is also here to back up. And we're waiting for them to get a little bit over aggressive, but it doesn't look like it's
He is
actually going to
warded
happen.
out.
They have actually been warded out there, so there isn't going to be any follow up. Armor trying to make something happen, but it's not going to work.
Yeah, a bit of a dank miss by Thresh there as well, but
Oh.
not much happened in the rally. Again, if you ward out the jungler, there's probably not going to be a fight.
Jack's getting a little bit aggressive, trying to hook him down. Nollet gonna flash for the EQ armor. Yeah, that's a little bit of a waste there. He really wants to go on Chris, but that's gonna be enough. He's now ignited. He's gonna take a little bit of damage. Has to heal to stop him from dying. Armor going really low, trying to chunk down Mr. Rogers, but he grabs the wrong target, and it's gonna be Chris. Oh, almost on the receiving end of a Q there. We have got Khalees. Oh, sorry, no teleport coming in from Nah, but it gets stopped by Counter-Strike. Prince Philip is there to stop Insect. Insect in a little bit of trouble. He won't decide to dive, but it's now going to be Prince Philip who's a little bit of trouble. Now, the Moose Speed is going to be a bit too much. He's not going to be able to go in. Meanwhile, back into the bot lane. Dan grabs, getting caught. Getting a little bit too over-aggressive. Kindred is able to surprise him there and catch him out in the bot lane.
Yeah, it sort of plays all over the map, but caused by this bot lane. Insect trying to teleport in. Bit too late, to be honest. Even if the teleport had gone through, probably wouldn't have made it there to change anything. And of course, Jax did manage to get the stun off.
Yep, I has Cats triggering the flash from the head crusher. A really, really safe flash there. Didn't really want to test the waters at all. Safer to get out of there than see what Kindred has in store for you.
I feel like Oriana doesn't do much head crushing, and he needs to step up his main game and join the likes of that support.
In time. Oh, Prince Philip trying to get the counter strike off, but he has to wait until the jump is down to make that work, I think.
Yeah, it's Jax hasn't finished Rage Play yet, so it's not completely broken, but
in time.
But he's just I mean, the fact that he's able to lane and equal farm with a Gnar is actually quite impressive, and it's definitely in the Jax's favour. Again, Jax is one of the best scaling off 2 items in the game right now, and so once he reaches that point is when... I mean, the sooner he reaches that point, the better for him. So if he's not being pushed out of lane and delayed and camped by Cats, then he is going to have a whale of a time as soon as he reaches 2 items. Cats actually putting no pressure on this top lane since the start. He put a little bit at the start and then just decided to focus mid and bot. It sort of worked out. He got the kill at bot and he got the flash at mid. Well, there is always that threat of leaving a Jax and not camping him right now. Should be called the Ward Crusher. He takes out the thing.
What? You kill that ward.
Prince Philip gonna get a lot of CS here.
So Jarvan's going for Raptors here. He sees Lulu move away, and he's not sure whether to still continue doing this. Lulu does have some backup from Iha's Cats now, but Lana is way out of there.
Yeah, Jarvan has Flag and Drag. You can always get away, and Thresh was actually roaming up to try and take down in case things got hairy.
Oh, that chunk from Prince Philip.
Yeah, Jack's getting the ult passive and then the W.
Oh! Clutch death sentence lands onto Chris. Ezra lines up the ult, but doesn't quite manage to get that.
Oh!
The condemn. Oh! The Q just managing to finish off Chris. And meanwhile, in the top lane, Jack's doing work, managing to finish off Insect and getting a little bit too. He's got a little bit too far forward there. Nollet is back in the bot lane to try and push down this tower and surprise Iha's Cats, who they know must be coming up. The dank grab comes out of armor here, and it's dank grabs that goes down. Nollet getting hit by the Nautilus ult, and he is going to be really too far, and he's going to get knocked under tower. It just takes way too much turret damage. Mr. Rogers is going to try and take out Iha's Cats, decides to step into the ring with him. He's going to take out Nautilus, but Iha's Cats lives to fight another day, picking up a triple kill in the bot lane.
Wow, the triple for Kindred. Holy moly. Jax did get the solo kill at top though. I mean, that's really more scary than the triple on Kindred at this point. But yeah, triple on Kindred. So she is gonna go off now, and gonna be. I mean, she has replaced the Vayne at this point. She is probably the Vayne that the Vayne always dreamed to be.
Yep, here we go. And they're gonna try and get Dragon off this. And it's
they
gonna
have
be a Dragon.
2% health, so that's definitely a Dragon. Yeah. Ezort doing a lot though. He did go Rage Blade Ez.
Yeah,
So,
nice one. Yeah,
so
as
we
you
do
said.
have double Rage Blade because Jax has also got the components for it.
Oh, nah! Missing his ult there, trying to get aggressive on Prince Philip, but it doesn't pay off. Yeah, look to see that down. He also doesn't have his jump up. Oh, it's going to come up fairly soon. However, he is going to get chunked. As goes, oh, he's going to have to flash away as Prince Philip winds up his counter-strike. Doesn't want to get stunned there because that would just mean death for him. Oh, but he's going too deep. Oh, Prince Philip getting really greedy there. Just gets straight taken out by Insect. That third proc just doing too much damage and just melted.
You don't have Rage Blade yet. Just wait. Be patient. I know you got the solo kill earlier, but just be patient. Anyway, he'll finish it soon enough, and at that point, that fight is not going to look as pretty for the NUEL. But yeah, so with Ez and Jax both going Rage Blade build, I mean, we need to see a lot of magic resist come out of Nottingham here, and with Aegis being nerfed, it's not as easy as just, oh well, someone on our team brought an Aegis. So
whoa! Head crush about to be crushed. He does manage to land the shockwave. It's decent, but it's not enough. Dank Grab's gonna grab the Dank Grab on Sharpie X. She does have to pop Wild Growth and Flash, but it's gonna be the EQ that slows her down and takes her out. IS Cat's being exhausted. The Dank Grab's gonna fuse her off. Too much for me. Armor also under attack with Dank Grab. Gonna take a lot of damage. They're all trying to knock on Mr. Rogers. Oh, he almost takes a third tower hit, but just manages to sneak out with, oh my gosh, too much action. I can't quite handle it.
Oh my goodness, Dank Grabs, wow, showing off now he's on stream. Absolutely played out of his mind this game. We saw the one in bot lane where he completely predicted where the main was going to tumble to, and then we saw two perfect hooks just then with the flash hook to finish a kill. That is insane. That is insane.
So sick. Oh, he really lives up to his name. Man, I have to watch this guy more. Dank Grabs showing his stuff this game, making the plays, and carrying Grey Warwick to victory. Maybe we'll see further into this game. We've got Dragon coming up a little over 2 minutes, I do believe. Rift Scuttler is still up. Not Rift Scuttler. You've got me saying it now. Rift.
Herald.
Rift thing.
Herald.
Rift Warden.
Herald.
Herald. There you are.
Yeah.
So that's still
up. Grey Warwick's bot lane here. Both been involved in 7 kills. They are out of 8. Should mention. They are really stepping up this game. And I mean, my point earlier of why would you pick Ezreal? I mean, I guess because you can build Rage Blade on him is the answer to that.
Yeah. Oh. Dank Grabs, don't get Dank. But here we go, Prince Philip and Nolet gonna just go 2 for 1 onto Insect. He's gonna not stay long there. And Dank Grabs is indeed gonna get caught out in the river next to the blue buff as well. Nolet gonna be sort of pressuring top lane perhaps, not really. But but Huddersfield are gonna take blue buff.
Yeah, just stopping the Ezreal from taking it. Lulu got it. Dank Grab's getting Dank grabbed.
You can really see some of the playstyle of Dank Grabs. Oh, sorry, as Cats goes fairly low. It's going to try and chase the Orianna, but can't chase any further due to that Ignite. And she is going to be able to sneak out of there just about. And now Nautilus coming round to Mr. Rogers. Oh, here we go. And there's a teleport coming in too. And it's Prince Philip that's going to try and take him out. Armor going pretty deep. He's going to try and take some of this. And it's going to be Chris that actually goes straight through and takes out Prince Philip there.
What is that Vayne damage? He's got 1 item, he's just got a static ship, and he's absolutely destroying people. I don't understand it. That was absolutely amazing Vayne damage. I mean, he had his ult on, and it was just doing so much. He chunked through Ezreal, then chunked through Jax. Like, wow. Brilliant Ez positioning there as well. Getting constant autos off. And, yeah, Jax TP actually just killing himself, essentially. Not respecting the Vayne and Nautilus CC and damage. Or Vayne and Jarvan. Wait, it was Vayne and Nautilus, yeah.
Right, so we've got we have got Grey Warwick setting up for Dragon. Looking to get further ahead in this game. However, Jarvan 4 getting a little bit too ballsy. He is going to meet Armor in the
Everyone's collapsing.
I'm sorry, Huddersfield's red jungle. Insec is also there with the rest of the blue team to get rid of them. And it's going to be Dank Grabs as well that gets caught out. But I don't know what they were doing there, way too deep.
Yeah, everyone collapsed, and that went so poorly for Grey Warwick there.
Wasn't pretty.
I mean, Jarvan must have been trying to get some wards down, but you don't need wards that deep when you're kind of on the defensive, which is what they are right now. And really cost them. Now that they lose 2 kills, they lose this tower, and frankly, they lose the gold lead they had. So pretty much.
Yeah, this game is remarkably close actually compared to the last 2 custom. Whoa! Whoa! That Ginsu's doing work. Prince Philip almost taking out Insect there. Just with the counter strike and the consecutive autos, doing loads of damage. And Dragon is now up. Both teams are pushing around it. It's going to be difficult to say who's going to be able to get it.
Yeah, both teams have a ward on it, so
guess it'll just be
sneak it through.
Oh, IS Cat's going on to Dank Grabs 420. Armor does find him as well. And there isn't much follow-up from them. SharpieX is around to lay on the assistance, but it's going to be a Nollet that needs to EQ away here. Dank Grabs able to also get away. And it does mean that Huddersfield are able to secure the Dragon area. Oh, and Prince Philip going pretty deep here. He's not going to be able to get onto Insect. The counter-strike could possibly do something, but no, the damage from Insect is doing too much damage to Prince Philip. Prince Philip stopped going too deep.
I was about to say, unfortunately, this means Huddersfield have to leave Nah alone with Jax. However,
Oh, no.
actually, Jax went under tower and got wrecked by
All he needed to do was
snow.
bait the Jax.
Yeah, the Jax went way too deep.
Whoa! Chris going a little bit too deep for his boot. Not able to pick him up there, even though the ult goes down. Armor also in a little bit of trouble, but he's too tanky for Nolt to deal with now. And he also sees I has cats on their way to the bot lane, but gonna decide to back up him.
The flashing Jarvan is terrifying to deal with. The amount of ground he can close with his flash, ult, and EQ is insane, and we saw it there, not quite being respected enough by Chris, and just gets obliterated by us with the static shiv. Would you see Vayne going the static shiv? What's it called? Fire cannon build.
Gunslinger?
The rapid fire cannon build.
Yeah.
I did talk about this a bit last week. I think it's a lot better than Blade of the Ring King on Vayne. I think Blade of the Ring King takes way too long to scale up now, and it's better just to go 2 items which give attack speed and crit. And rapid fire cannon is a really nice one on Vayne because it just sort of, I mean, with the static shift proc, you essentially double proc at range, and that can either finish someone off or it can give you a massive advantage going into a 1v1, and Vayne is all about the 1v1s. So because of her lack of range, the rapid fire cannon actually really helps make up for some of that and not having lost health going into the fight. You see, Orianna and Lulu's actually been fairly uneventful mid lane, to be honest. It's mostly been about this top and bot lane. Jax and Nah duking out quite a bit, possibly a bit more than they should be.
They've just been left to it as well.
They look like they're having fun.
Oh man, no, it looks like Nah's too far ahead now. Prince Philip, you're not going to be able to run away from him. You have to turn, and it's too late for that as well. Yeah, it's the problem that Nah has. I mean, the problem that Jax is having is he can engage, but he can't get out again. And he needs to be sure that he's able to chunk that Nah to death.
To do Baron here, or at least bait and try and fight.
Yeah, and he does try and make something happen here, but the whole of Grey Warwick is here to back Nollet up.
I was expecting them to start Baron because they do have the Nah, Kindred, and Vayne percentage health damage. I thought they were just going to go for the burst it down faster than anyone expects. But instead they tried to get a pick and pulled the trigger too early, giving the game away really. Not getting anything for it. So this Jax's death actually didn't really cost them anything. Jax died and then nothing happened. So while it's a bit nice that Nah got a bit more gold, sure. Jax has finished his Gunblade now, so he's way stronger than he was when he died. And if he just turns and fights rather than tries to run away from a Nah with Frozen Mallet, which is just never going to work, He actually might start winning these fights. And to be honest, they should have pulled the trigger. Like, they should have done something of that Jack skill, but they didn't. They tried to get too much out of it and got nothing, basically. They are still 3 towers to 3, so the map's very open right now. No team can sort of... I mean, we see this in the fact that both teams are sort of roaming around in each other's jungles at various points. No teams can sort of sit behind their outer towers, and no teams are scared of poking into the enemy's jungle, because they can always just run back through where the towers used to be. So both teams are sort of not afraid to push forward. We should see very deep warding from both teams because of this. Right now, Great Warwick, with a massively upper hand on warding, their wards are much further forward, and they have more of them in more opportune places. They should be able to get this tower for free, but
yeah, that's
absolutely
really
no response
surprising
from Huddersfield. Normally so good on the objective play, and just completely must have missed where Grey Warwick were there and let them get a free mid tower.
Yeah, now they're now
might
rotating
do it
the
again
bot,
to
doing the
bot.
same thing. Could this be another tower? Surely, Huddersfield aren't going to let this happen. Prince Philip goes way deep. Bias Cat almost gets completely taken out, but the Wild Bird just saving him. First Origin is going to fall victim to the Nautilus ult, and it's going to be a teleport in from Huddersfield, but it is just get cancelled as soon as you realise it's going to be a 1v4. Whoa, and yeah, Grey Warwick coming in really, really strong there. Prince Philip, that power spike is huge, and this is going to be an Indian for them as well. IS Cat's trying to defend him, but he can't get in there. There's just too many players.
That's absolutely massive for Warwick there. I mean, Nara and Vayne just didn't show up at all, and Nara did get top inner, but I mean, hashtag worth on that one. That's so good for Warwick there to get. I think it was 2 winners and an inhibitor? That's insane! Huddersfield really need to pull themselves together and start, like, respecting the rotations, because they have not got enough wards, and they
That was insane.
get punished for it by just not responding quick enough. And then when they do respond, they sort of get completely wiped out. I mean, Ayaz Katz wasn't really very far forward, but with Jarvan's gap close, I mean, he just got obliterated instantly. I think it was one SQ and Jarvan's combo, and he was basically dead. Had to pop his ult and run away. And,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so Kalista got, not Kalista, sorry, Kindred got taken out of that fight almost immediately, and it just meant that they couldn't really defend at all, because Nara wasn't present, and this is going to be a dragon for Huddersfield now, which is a pretty good comeback. Ezreal almost gets in there, but
that's
doesn't
third
quite
dragon
get...
to 0. That's actually big.
Yeah, that
Dragons
is big.
generally not considered that worth as much as they were pre-season, but getting 3 and not letting your opponents have 1 is actually huge. You have more move speed, more damage, and your opponent just doesn't get any of it, and that's really nice.
There we go, we're
Jax,
seeing
you
this.
have to fight this.
Yeah, he's doing it again. Oh, the ult coming out. That's a big stun chain. Oh, but Prince Philip thinks he's going to get away.
Oh!
Sick lens play from Dank Krabs. Just scoops him from, almost a face. Just face that mountain just in case that collides. But, really nice play from Dank Grabs there.
That is really tricky to pull off as well. Flashing while the person is in transit. Because if you time it wrong, you end up on the wrong side of the wall to them, or if you you flash too early and then your lantern retracts to you and they die. Like, there is so many ways that can go wrong, and just flashing at the perfect time. Really, really, really good fresh play. He's so solid on this champion. It's the kind of time where you consider banning a support.
And they are going to go for Dragon now. The Grey Warwick, knowing that Huddersfield can't quite respond with the manpower, are going to go and just take Baron here, but they do have to back out. Huddersfield presenting too much of a threat, and it's just going to be a stalemate here. Looks like both teams are going to back out. Oh, however, the head crusher going the wrong way there, or he just didn't react quick enough. Does have to flash over the Baron pit wall. Insect proving to be a little bit scary here. Is going to chase the rest of Grey Warwick away, and it's not going to be Huddersfield that perhaps are going to try and secure this.
Yeah, and while Warwick's bot lane, he definitely got so far ahead and have been pushing their advantage hugely, and the towers are in their favour.
Yeah.
Huddersfield are still ahead in top and jungle. They're
Whoa,
Kindred still
Prince
sits
Philip
on.
getting ballsy. He baits out the teleport from Nah, and just gets condemned away from Vayne there. Mr. Rogers going pretty low, but he is going to match with IHS Cats. IHS Cats able to just slip away. Prince Philip doing work, trying to get away from Vayne, but Vayne is going to do... Whoa, wait a second. Vayne does manage to chase, but Mr. Rogers is doing too much damage. Dan Grabs just able to scoot away with Mr. Rogers under his arm, away from the Vayne. Vayne somehow didn't get a pick off that.
Yeah, such funny teleport play by Jax there, and it leads into this sort of half fight where neither team was really prepared to fight there. Neither team was looking to catch the other one, but both teams sort of wandered into each other like, oh, I guess this is happening. And I mean, neither team really benefited from it. No objectives were taken. Now I was able to just clear out the minions and spawn. They didn't lose a massive team fight or objectives from it, so there's still this Baron to contest over, and it looks like Grey Warwick are going straight back there. They don't do it too quickly, but it's on Huddersfield to respond.
Yeah, this time Huddersfield don't care as much. The big shockwave lands on Vayne. It does make a flash, but it doesn't do any more damage than that. Armor is in trouble here. Nollet just decided to burn his ult and cleaning up that support. Kindred does have to back here, so it looks like this is pretty much a free dragon. If Kindred can perhaps get back to the dragon pit, the Baron pit in time, then maybe something can happen. Dan Grabs is going to find Insect here, but Insect, trying to get the bounce off of Dan Grabs, but it's not going to land. However, Vayne does manage to take out Dan Grabs there, and it's going to be neither team really managing to get Baron here. Insect pushing his advantage. It's going to ult Head Crusher out of the team fight. Mr. Rogers is now in trouble. The condemn is going to land. Huddersfield pushing Grey Warwick out of the Baron area.
And they do so much damage to this Baron, they should be able to get it here. We see this time and time again where Jax gets so far ahead, so strong, and then just leaves his team to run into the enemies. And it just cost him his life again. He chased down the Lulu trying to get that last bit of damage, and then Kindred shows up, saves the Lulu, kills the Jax. And it just went so badly from there on out. Without the Jax, they had no chance of winning that fight. The Orianna had no ult for it either. Her ult's just come off cooldown. They had no chance of winning that fight without the Jax. And he just should not have been chasing a Lulu through a jungle like that by himself. Just stay with your team and you provide so much threat. Or, alternatively, split push. Go to bot lane, get that inhib, while your team is sort of forcing the enemy team to wait around Baron. And go to bot lane, get that inhib, force other places to be contested. Don't just run into the enemy team. We've seen it so many times by Jaxes, and it just always costs them their life. It's like the bane of Jax players.
Yeah. You just feel like you've got to go deep when you're Jax. And you do, to some extent, but you've got to make it work.
Chris is doing so much damage!
Yeah, whoa, that was one auto?
Yeah, it's the double proc from Rapid Fire Cannon and Static Shiv with the Tumble passive applied. It does so much damage, and then if you add on top the attack damage from her ultimate, it's just it's like half healthing in one attack. That's not what Vayne does. She's not a burst mage. What is this? It's really strange to see. Rapid Fire Cannon definitely opening up this sort of crazy new path of building for Vayne. And now their Vayne got so much recently, especially in that last fight, that she's caught up with the Kindred. Now they have two Vaynes who are both really strong.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and that grabs does find armor. Nollet gonna go way low. Chris is just left to fend for himself. Oh, he is gonna find Mr. Rogers. Dan Grabs isn't gonna grab him. He's going through the entire enemy team. However, Prince Philip is here to save the day, surely. Chris going pretty low. Head Crusher is able to finish him off. And Prince Philip is going to find himself inside a Kindred ult. Not able to finish off. Lulu is going to go through him. And that's going to be a 5-for-1 on the Huddersfield white side.
Chris playing like a Tristana there, going so deep, so aggressively. Always in the knowledge that they have another Vayne on their team. They can always just do it again once Chris dies. And that's exactly what happened there. Chris met his end, but got so much damage off before he died on so many people and killed Mr. Rogers as well by himself. That just meant IHS Cats and Insect can just come in and clean up. And wow. Brilliant play by Chris there. That was terrifying to watch. He did so much damage.
Oh, I was just biting my lip. I thought, oh, Dank grabs, you must land this Dank grab, and it meant the world, and it didn't quite happen, unfortunately. But then again, who can predict where Vayne's gonna go and to land that? Um, but yeah, we'll see if they're able to get a push out of this.
Yeah, and I just checked. Vayne does have 80% crit chance now with eye
Right.
edge and double proc from her items, as well as her, of course, her ult passive giving her a bunch of AD for free. She is terrifying right now.
So that is going to actually become 100 with Zeke's Harbinger, which is on Nautilus at the moment.
Yeah, it's
Just
actually going to have
proven.
130 if that was possible. But yeah.
Pretty sick. Here we go, the old 1v1.
Jax wins this
However,
one
Huddersfield
pretty
White are able to come and help out Insect here. Prince Philip not long for life. Could this be the end? However, we have got Grey Warwick pushing down the mid lane as Prince Philip does go down to those guys. They're going to have to hurry back to try and defend this, but I mean, it's just Vayne. Vayne there, just being there, is enough to ward off the rest of Grey Warwick.
Yeah, I mean, she half health Jarvan at this point with one attack, and that is just terrifying. Her wave clear is not even that bad, she's just static shift.
Armor looking very scary here, landing his ult onto Knowledge, but it does manage to flash before it lands, which is going to save him for now, but Aya's Cat is meeting Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers has no way out, no lantern to grab, and oh god, Chris is just going to plow through the head crusher. She's now rotating to mid, and it's going to be curtains for Grey Warwick very shortly. Prince Philip does come up in about 5 seconds, but will he be able to save the team? I don't think so. It's going to be at least an inhib here. Prince Philip is now up, but it's 5 members of the team, and though he has been diving 5 members of the team, it's not going to work this time. Oh, it's just not enough. They need Mr. Rogers to be up. They need Head Crusher to land a big shockwave. Surely for this to go in. Prince Philip does land a pretty big counter strike. He is going to get condemned into the wall though, along with Narot. It's not going to be enough. Armor trying to land on Knowledge, but it doesn't quite go in. The mana, the mana Kindred ult is going to stop anything from happening, and that's going to be the game, going for Huddersfield White over Grey Warwick.
Brilliant play by the two Vaynes there. And yeah, Kindred getting really fed early, and Chris just going off. As soon as he finished Rapid Fire and Static Shiv, he was doing so much damage with that first auto with the double proc, and he just made it work. He was so confident on that Vayne. He was tumbling around skill shots, and even Dank grabs could not catch on to him. And it just meant, if you can't kill the Vayne, you can't win the game. So yeah, sorry to Grey Warwick there, but well played to Nottingham. Really, really, really brilliant play by their jungler and AD carry there, and the rest of the team supporting them pretty well as well.
Yeah, fantastic game. Really, really fun to watch. Just everything from the Baron fights all the way to the last bit of the end of the game there. Just thrilling to watch all these players dance around each other, and just the level of skill in these games is incredible to watch. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. Like the Jax teleport bait, leading to Gnar having to teleport back to base for nothing, and then the sort of fight that led from it. It's really, really smart decision making from these players.
Just the on-the-fly thinking there was really cool to watch. I think a lot of players would have just been like, what's going on now? I'm not sure what I'm doing, and then just died. But both teams sort of realized what was going on and then kind of reacted accordingly, which was just awesome.
Yeah, and there was a lot of signs of really good shot calling from both these teams. I don't know who the shot callers are on these teams, but well played to both team shot callers. There was so much team coordination, but it was really, really cool to watch.
Very cool. I think that's the last game we're casting this evening, guys.
Yes, it is.
Any final words, Catch?
Thanks for watching the games. On our YouTube channel there will be a review of some of the games tonight and some of the highlights, which will be made by xDowsy. That should go up in the next few days, or halfway through the week. And if you want to watch our talk show that is now weekly, it's called the actually, hang on, I need the information.
Oh gosh, I can't remember either. The Ambassador? No.
the assessment.
The assessment, yes, nice one.
And that will be going on, I don't know when. But yeah, thank you for watching.
Cheers, guys, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning into the NUEL.